Hi everyone, welcome to Books and Chooks. My name is Sabrina and today I have a different video for you all. I'm actually in my car. It's kind of obvious, there's a steering wheel right here. But today I'm going shopping. I need to stock up on quite a few of my chicken supplies. I thought it would be a cool little video to take you guys along with me, show you the stuff I got, and also at the end show you what my essential chicken keeping kit contains. I just thought it would be a really cool video to film, so that's what we're going to be doing. My local kind of like pet shop is about 20 minutes away, so I'm about to head off and go there. I shop at Pet Stock. There are a couple, well, not like a dedicated shopper there, but like that's where I get quite a few of my supplies, and I also have like a local feed store, which is where I get like their main bulk of their food and stuff like that. But I just thought it'd be interesting to take you along, and I thought showing you guys what I keep in my chicken keeping kit would be helpful. If you keep chickens, maybe there's something that I have in my kit that you don't and that you think would be useful, or if you are, you know, new to keeping chickens, or if you are thinking of getting chickens, maybe this chicken keeping kit will have some useful things that you haven't thought of that you might actually find useful. So yeah, I thought it would be a fun video, but also an educational one. Anyway, I am going to stop talking and actually drive there because it's very hot sitting in the car. Alright, I will talk to you all when I get there. Hi guys, so it's a little bit later now. I did go to the shopping centre and I did some Christmas shopping, and now I'm at the pet store, so I'm going to mask up and then go in and get what I need. Hi guys, it's a little bit later now. It's a lot later now, I should say. It is 10 o'clock at night and I am filming in a different location and the lighting's not great, so I do apologise, but I hope that you can hear me okay. So I wanted to sit down and show you everything that I picked up at the pet store today. So I have a bag full of stuff that I bought today. Oh god. And I wanted to go through it and show you all. I will definitely start off with the Christmas presents because that's fun. I've always loved buying my pets Christmas presents every year. Usually treats, but this year we're spicing it up a little bit because I found some stuff at the pet store that I thought was really cool. So the first thing I picked up as a Christmas present for my chickens is this treat roller, which I saw and I thought was really cool. So it's basically this tube, you fill it with treats and they can peck at it and roll it around and the treats will come out, which I thought was really cool. Whether they're gonna use it and like it is another story, but I thought it would be a cute little Christmas present and something new for them to try out. The second thing I picked up was it was also by this Bainbridge company, and it's the poultry vegetable basket. This is such a cool idea. So it becomes this, it clicks together to make a sphere, and you can hang it up in your chicken coop and put vegetables in it so that they don't, they're not on the floor getting soiled and getting dirty and everything like that, which I think is such a good idea. Perfect to hang in my coop. These two objects, I feel like you could definitely find alternatives. You probably don't have to buy them. You could probably make this out of wire or like some sort of substitute, and you could definitely, I've seen people use old drink bottles and stuff like that and just poke holes in them to make treat rollers and things like that. So you could definitely make these items, but I saw them, I like to spoil my chickens and I thought that they'd like these. So cool little accessories from Bainbridge. Never actually heard of that company before, but I will definitely be looking them up and seeing if they have any other cool products for chickens. So that's two of the presents for my chickens that I picked up today. I also picked up 2 of the Peter's energy blocks. I buy these every now and then for my chickens. They're basically this beef tallow block that's mixed with grains and seeds and herbs and all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, it looks like that. And you cut it up. Whenever you want to give it to them, you give them a quarter of the block and they just peck at it, and it's really good for them. So it's high in protein and energy and all that kind of stuff. So I always buy these occasionally. This Peter's energy block comes in 2 different like flavors, I suppose you'd call them. This one is the herb and garlic one, which my chickens seem to prefer this one. They also have an energy block with dried mealworms in it. So yeah, I got 2 of these. One of them is going to be part of a Christmas present for my chickens, and then the other one is going to be a Christmas present for my mum's chickens. So yeah, I think they'll enjoy that for sure. And the last thing that I got my chickens for a Christmas present is more treats, obviously, and it's just another packet of the Peter's mealworms. I buy this quite a bit, like the energy block, every now and then, and I'll just feed it to them occasionally as a little treat. But they'll definitely like the treats. The treat roller and the vegetable basket, we'll have to wait and see, but I'll definitely film the unwrapping of the presents and get their first reactions of them. The next thing I got was this Nerf dog ball for Arnie, my mum and dad's dog. He is a German Shepherd, so he's quite a large dog. We have to get him durable dog toys. Arnie chews and chews and chews, and he wrecks like toys that aren't well made or that aren't very tough. So whenever we do buy him balls, we have to get him ones that are gonna last. So I got this one. It's the Nerf Mega Tough ball. I got him a similar one to this last year, but it was a football shape and it was green, and he loved it. So I hope he'll love this one too. But yeah, it's just really hard and really tough, and he's not going to destroy it easily. So I think he'll like that one. I also picked up this thing. This isn't, I guess, chicken supplies, but it's something that I just saw and I was like, you know what, I'll get that. It is a wild bird seed block. We have a lot of bird life at where we live. We've got a lot of little sparrows that hang around the backyard. We've got a magpie family. We've got a couple of galahs and rosellas that come in the backyard and eat. So I thought it would be good to get a little wild bird seed for them. The sparrows especially like to hang around the chicken coop. I don't mind them hanging around the house, that kind of thing. But as most chicken owners know, having wild birds around means that they can bring in pests and diseases to your chickens. So you've just got to be careful, especially if they're kind of mixing around near your food, your chicken's food and water. So as much as I love having the little wild birds around, I don't really want them eating from the chicken's food, and so I thought I'd buy them their own little seed block to hang up in one of our trees. The rest of the stuff I got was all my chicken supplies. I'll just go through them quickly. This one, I'm gonna butcher how you pronounce it, but it is a pack of the diatomaceous earth. If you know how to pronounce this, please let me know. But yeah, I always seem to butcher the name. But yeah, it's just a pack of that. Just a kilo, I think it is. Yeah, got one of them for my chicken kit. I also picked up a small bag of fine shell grit for the chickens. And I also picked up some nail clippers. And then the last couple of things I got are more health related things. So I got the VetaFarm probiotic. This is a powder additive that you can add to water. And I also picked up these 3 bottles of the VetSense poultry range liquid additives. I got the Avi Calcium, Avi Vital and Avi Light. Now these products I have bought before and I love using them. I use them in my chicken's water fairly regularly. And then the last thing I got today was this. It is just a big bag of poultry mixed grain because My chickens, they went through theirs real quick last time, and so they were out and I needed to get some more. But yeah, so that's everything that I got from the pet store. Okay, so now that I have shown you everything that I picked up at the pet store today, I'm going to run you through kind of my essential chicken keeping kit. If you want more in-depth kind of basic chicken keeping 101, comment down below and I might be able to make that later. But now we're on to the important part, the actual essential kit part. This box is my essential chicken keeping box. It has all of my health related stuff and supplements and medicines and everything I could need to take care of my chickens I have in this box. This lives in a cupboard in my laundry. The laundry is the back door goes into the laundry, so it's easily accessible. It lives in a cupboard because some of the products in here are sensitive to temperature. They don't like to be in direct sunlight, that kind of thing. So I keep them in a cupboard. I'm just gonna pull random things out and kind of give you a brief rundown on each thing. If you have any more specific questions about these items, please leave the questions down in the comments and I will answer them when I can. So one of the first things we have in here is shell grit. This is the one I literally just showed you before that I bought. Shell grit is, to me, an essential product to have in a chicken keeping kit. It helps with the production of eggs. Chickens go through a lot of stress laying eggs. It's basically giving birth every day and I feel so sorry for them that they have to go through that. So you want to help them as much as you can and give them boost and make sure that they have all the nutrients, everything that they need that's gonna help and aid them in their egg production. And shell grit is an essential for that. So this is obviously a great source of calcium for them, and if you have soft shelled eggs or really thin shelled eggs, rubbery eggs, stuff like that, it means that your chicken is lacking calcium in their diet, and that is where shell grit comes in handy. So you definitely need shell grit in your chicken keeping kit. I use fine shell grit because I find that my chickens prefer this. So that's the first thing. The second thing in this kit is diatomeous, whatever I'm saying, earth, but I find this is an essential in a chicken coop. Basically, it's the crushed fossilized remains of a hard-shelled algae, and it's like a natural pest powder. So I use this around their coop, I sprinkle it around their coop, and you can also put it in their food to prevent the food from clumping and that kind of thing. And I find that it's just really handy. It's like this fine powder, and I spread it throughout their coop. When I clean, I dust them with it as well. I sometimes spread this in their dust bathing area so that they roll around in it and it gets all over their feathers, and it just helps with their, it's like a natural pest deterrent. So definitely a must in my chicken keeping kit. Kind of along those similar lines, I keep the Inca pestine powder in my chicken keeping kit. Again, this is like a lice and mite powder that you can use. I used to dust the chickens with this, but I have recently found out, I don't know how I did miss this, but it does contain sulfur, which I know is definitely not great for anyone. Like, it literally warns you to wash your hands after you use this. So putting it on chickens, even though it does its job, it will kill lice and mites, it's probably not the best thing to put on them, on their skin. So I'm not using this as much, but I still keep it in my kit because I will sprinkle a little bit in their coop once I do a clean, in order to again kill any lice or mites that may be in their bedding or in their roost area. Another thing that I keep in my chicken keeping kit is Vaseline or petroleum jelly. Literally the same thing, depends on, I guess, where you're from, what you call it. But yeah, this one I've just got a small tub. I haven't used this since I've had my chickens, but when I was living at home, we had Vaseline in our kit, and it came in handy quite a bit. So chickens are susceptible to scaly mite, like leg infestations. So basically they're mites that live under the scales of your chicken's feet, and they can cause a lot of irritation, and they can also make the scales fall off. So the only way to really kill them is to wash them with like a soapy water, like really intense, and scrub their scales, their feet. And then also coating their feet in the petroleum jelly or Vaseline will suffocate the mites that live under the scales. So that's why I think you need some petroleum jelly, Vaseline, whatever it is you call it, in your kit. It does become really helpful for stuff like that. So the next thing that I think is essential in a chicken keeper's kit is nail clippers. Now I literally just bought these. I haven't needed them yet with my chickens, but I definitely have found in the past when I was still living at home with mum's chickens, we needed nail clippers. Chickens naturally should keep their nails and their beaks at a good length from scratching and foraging and just, you know, using their feet. Scratching, pecking around, it should keep their beak and nails at a reasonable length, but sometimes it might get a little odd shaped, a little long, that kind of thing, and that's when you need to cut them, otherwise they will cause discomfort to the chicken if they're too long or if they're awkwardly shaped. So having little clippers in your kit is definitely a good idea. The next thing I recommend is definitely a holy grail product for me personally, and that is apple cider vinegar. If you don't have apple cider vinegar in your chicken keeping kit, definitely get on that wagon. It is such a good product. I've just got this organic one that's kind of raw and unfiltered. Add some of this to their water, like dilute it in their water. Mine love it. Every time I add apple cider vinegar to their water, they just dive on it. So they must really like the taste. It's meant to help with their feathers and growth of feathers, keep them nice and shiny and everything. And it also, again, is a pest deterrent. So mites, lice, even worms don't like apple cider vinegar or garlic. So by putting apple cider vinegar in their water so that the chickens drink it, it can help deter worms and pests and parasites and stuff like that. And it's also good for cleaning the coop. So I actually make an apple cider vinegar solution, which I put in a spray bottle, another must in the chicken keeping kit. So I put about 400 mils of water, and then I put a cap and a half of apple cider vinegar in that water, and then I spray that all around their coop when I clean it, and sometimes also on the chickens if I find mites on them or if I find lice on them. So definitely a must. If you don't have it, definitely get it. It is very, very handy for many, many uses in the chicken keeping realm. The next thing I think is essential is some sort of antibiotic powder. I use the Oxymav B one, which is a broad spectrum antibiotic powder. It's effective against quite a wide range of negative bacteria, in particular Mycoplasma, which is what causes respiratory illness in chickens. So having some sort of antibiotic on hand, even though it's broad spectrum, it won't be as effective as one that a vet would administer. It's still good to have it in your kit, definitely in case of an emergency and that you need some sort of antibiotic really quickly. It's good to have one. So some sort of antibiotic. That's just, there's more than one option, but that's just the one that I have used and that my mum and I have used in the past that we've found has been good. Another thing that I think is very essential is to have some sort of worming solution. It's kind of inevitable that your chickens are going to have maybe worms or some sort of mite or lice or parasite at some point in their lives, and it's always good to be prepared for that. Having like the pestine powder and the diatomaceous earth and the apple cider vinegar and stuff like that is always good, but having an actual worming solution is also very important. So I use the Vet Sense Kill Worm one, and that's one that you just add to their water. I think it's usually recommended to worm your chickens a couple of times a year. It's always good to every now and then just have a look at their poo. I know that sounds really strange, but have a look in their poo. If you see any larvae or little like things that are moving in there, then you know that they have worms, and that would be a good time to worm them. So I use that one. There's definitely other options as well. This is the Kill Worm one, the Vet Sense. There's a few other brands, and I'm sure if you live in a country that doesn't have these brands, there would be others very similar, so you'll just have to shop around, I suppose. The last things that I have in my kit are all supplements that I like to have around just in case I need them. So I have a probiotic which I can add to their water. This helps improve intestinal balance and aids in digestion, and it's also very good to give to them post-antibiotic treatment because it helps get like the intestinal flora of their system up and running again after being on antibiotics. So having some sort of probiotic is definitely a good thing. And then I keep these 3 Vet Sense products. This is the first time I'm actually stocking the Avi Calcium, but my chickens, Nancy in particular, has been laying some really thin shelled eggs lately, and I have been giving them shell grit on a daily basis, but I just wanted to get a product that's gonna help a little bit, that little bit extra in case I really need it. It's just basically a calcium supplement that you can add to their water, which will help with egg production and with their bones and everything like that. So yeah, got that one. And then the other 2 I have bought before, and I swear by, they're great products to have. One is Avi Light, which is an electrolyte liquid, and I like to add this to the chickens' water on really hot days, or when I know that it's going to be really hot, or you can use it in periods of stress like when you're moving them, that kind of thing. And then the last one is the Avi Vital, which is a multivitamin, mineral, amino acid and prebiotic liquid as well. So it's kind of similar to that one, but it's also got other stuff in it as well. And again, you can use that on hot days when they've got reduced feed intake, so if they're not getting enough nutrient, and also through periods of sickness, you can also add that into their water just to give them that little extra boost if they need it. That is it. That is everything that I have in my essential chicken keeping kit. So I hope that you found that helpful. I'm definitely still learning. I'm sure there's other things that I could add to this kit. If you do know anything else that you think might be helpful, please leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a comment down below if you did. Let me know if you have a special chicken keeping kit like I do and what you keep in it, and if you would consider subscribing to my channel. If you did enjoy this video and you think you like some of my other videos, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I will say goodbye. Alright, bye guys.